welcome to the Division 5A Finals and Championships here in the Brossard Sports Arena. I'm joined here with Terry Tam. Terry, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Very well, thanks, Terry.
We're trying to get on camera here.
Are we not?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, perfect. So this is the Division 5A Finals Championship between the 7-3 Spartans and the 7-3 Tents and Hammocks, two teams who finished with the similar record and similarly in the 3 seed on both sides of the conference, but had sort of a different method of getting here and different play styles that have led them to this moment.
So Spartans, I agree, GM, 100%. I think both evenly matched teams, but both have their strengths, both have their weaknesses, obviously. I think the Spartans' defense is super strong. Tents and Hammocks, their crazy style offense is going to be able to give them yardage and be able to dominate specific parts of the game. But I look at the Spartans and the experience they have and their intensity as well. I'm really excited for this game. I want to see what James D'Andrea has. I want to see what he has in store, what kind of offense he's going to bring. We all know how good he can be. Maybe not good at most times, but we all know how good he can be. But on the other side, we have Brandon Aylward, very capable. And I'm very excited to see how he's going to be, even though I feel like him and his brother are here every year in the finals. I just don't know what division they play in sometimes.
Without a doubt, and that's testament to the sort of system play of the Tents and Hammocks offense, who are about to take the snap right here on the first play of the game in the Division 5A FPF Championship. Waiting for the snap. Elward rolls it to his right. Oh, short pass that's just dropped by Alex Joltapov.
The sure-handed Joltapov. That's just nerves. I think Brandon's just trying to get it to him quick. He knows that Alex is going to be his number one receiver today. Try and get him the ball early, get him the comfort that he needs. And I think Brandon's going to use Alex Joltapov to get himself comfortable as well.
So let's see here going into that second down, waiting for the snap again. Again, rolls out to his right. Same pass to Joltapov. Tackled quickly by Alexi Bassett there.
Same exact play to Joltapov as well. Like I said, just trying to get the comfort in, get the nerves out, and that's what it's going to be. On the Spartan side, they need to account for Alex. Even though he's playing the center, he might not be going deep, they need to account for him. Lock him up, make sure that he doesn't get easy passes.
Trips formation here to the right. You've got Danny Aylward on the inside receiver there, accounting for a lot of catches for this team. So pass batted down by Charles David Martel, but Alex Joltapov, great field position, great eye on the ball, was able to make that catch there. That
was a crazy play. I mean, it could have been picked either way. You see, like you said, Charles Martel, you see him in the field to get the ball. He almost got it. I think he was pulled down a little bit by Brandon, which is a smart play by Brandon, and nobody really saw it.
Yeah, and just the size and paired with the speed of this rush has been paramount up to this moment. Let's see how it affects the game. So, shucking and jiving, Alex Joltapov once again with the first down. You mentioned that's going to be something we're going to be seeing a lot of in the middle of the field. Right there, three attempts for 2 completions and big yardage.
Huge yardage, and I think that's going to be the key to the game. They only have 6 guys with them today, so they're all going to be fresh. They're all going to be on the field a lot. They're going to be fresh. They're going to be in the game. So I think that Tents and Hammocks need to be able to be meticulous with their offense and not spread it deep.
Yeah, controlling the ball, and this is really what works for them, right? That sort of dink and dunk offense. Oh, bad snap there. So bad snap that will lose them some key field position there after some great gains.
Alex Joltapov pulled the Terry Tam. Bad snap over the head. We'll see what they do, but I like what the Spartans are doing. They're not really giving them the intermediate routes. They're just giving them enough, like 4 or 5 yards, which is all they're going to be able to do too. But you can't let Tents and Hammocks dictate the way their defense is going to be run.
It's going to be very interesting here, lining up into a quads formation. We see that so much with those lower division Joey Taylor offenses. Rolling out, throws it to the middle now another drop early on into this first drive, this time by brother Danny.
Brother Danny Aylward, usually very sure-handed. I think he took his eye off the ball because he thought he had space, looked up. Unfortunately, he was dropped. That was a very good defense. It was just a broken play. But like you said, GM, that is the classic 2.5 downs Joey Taylor offense that they like to run as well.
So now we're on a key 4th down here. It's 4th and a lot. I guess punting would have to put you at the half anyways, so you've got to take that shot deep here. And now there's a ball on the play. A little bit too much excitement here going into these finals.
And there was a false start on the rusher too, but he got lucky there, Charles David Martel.
I think Alex Joltapov running back to his quarterback for some last-minute adjustments there. Waiting for the snap. Oh, and we're going back into that quads formation. Rolling to his left, throwing cross body. Very smart by Alex Noel there, as you were about to mention, not touching that ball at all, knowing it's fourth down and having the better field position rather than intercepting it.
Very smart by Alex Noel. A lot of guys in this league, they, especially with the way the league is run, with the stats, the website, everybody wants to get those stats. Very unselfish play by Alex Noel, because if he caught it, they would have put their team back on the 10-yard line. Now they're past half, and they have a really good chance of taking the lead when they didn't start with the ball.
So this is, as we mentioned, a very sort of different operation on offense and on defense for these two teams. Now we have James Dandria about to receive the snap, leading his offense now after the defense came up with a key turnover early on in this game, surveying the field. Calls that snap. We have a wrap behind Andrew Grant. Fake. Caught by Daniel Casavan in the middle for a nice catch there. Quick tackle by Massimo Camucci.
So Danny Casavan is going to be open a lot today. The reason why is because Danny Aylward calls the defense, and his defense is always based on him going deep. He's always going to be calling deep, and Brandon Aylward is a very opportunistic defender as well, where he's going to try and spread deep also. So the short routes are going to be open a lot today. It all depends on how James Dandria decides to use them.
Adam Gold-Daves as well rushing here, a key part of this Tents and Hammocks defense, waiting to chase after signal caller James Dandria, who takes the snap, throws to his... So it looks like early on in this game we're seeing a lot of jittery drops on would-be easy catches by veteran players. That one there dropped by Alex Noel.
Alex Noel, sure-handed player as well. Everybody's got a case of the dropsies. It's normal in your first drive in the finals. When you come to broadside, you get a little nervous. I think we've all been there, right? So it's normal. I think James Dandria just needs to calm himself down, make the catches easier to make.
So advice I had heard once is that you can't let the game catch up with you. Like the importance of the game, you just have to go in playing your game. Otherwise, you commit drops like that you would normally make easy catches with. Caught by Casavan there, right in the middle of the field. Great. It looks like that's enough for that first down yardage.
So, sorry, my mistake. So Massimo Canucci, I think that he's going to be the guy to kind of get under. He's not a guy who's going to drop deep, and Danny Casavan is going to be making those catches above his head or in front of him too. So that's going to be something to look at.
Yeah, he's going to have to be tasked with making plays in that instance. Looks like they might be lining up in a man formation here going into the goal line. James Dandria with the snap, looks to his right, pumps, tries to buy time against the rusher. So realizing just after he took off on a run a little bit too late that it's going to be called back because they were inside the red zone there.
James Dandria's got to know that, man. He's been in this league long enough to know where he has to be, where he is on the field. If the rusher bag is in the end zone, you're too far.
Yeah. So exactly. The red zone starts within the last 7 yards into the end zone, and that's something just by sight he should be knowing as the signal caller for this team.
Absolutely, and I don't know who the receiver was. I feel like it's Charles David. No, he's on the bench. I don't know who it was, but he was back at the end zone here, wide open, and I think that Danny did a really good job at spying James to take his read away from him.
Yeah, that would be James Colley on our right now. Looks like they're lining up in a trips formation. Alex Noel getting some last-minute words in with QB James Dandria waiting to take the snap. Looking to his right, rolling out a little bit, throwing that fade to the back of the end zone.
Great
looks like that was
play.
tapped a couple of times, but we'll look as well. It looks like even if Alexis Bissett would have been able to catch that, it looks like he may have stepped on the line or gone out of bounds before getting a hand on that ball, so that might have been called back regardless.
Either way, I think it's a good play. You overthrow it a little. He underthrew a little bit, but if you overthrow it, it would have been a perfect play, just so the defenders don't have a chance to make it. We spoke about Alex Joltepu, very sure-handed, and he's a good defender as well. So normally he would come up with that ball. James needs to be a little bit more careful with the ball.
Yeah, Joltepu very much the heart and soul of this team on both offense and defense. Great, smart player who reads the field very well. James Dandria looking out. Oh, great catch there by Alex Noel on just either a quick bang out or just taking that angle properly and getting the inside position on Brandon Aylward.
So breaking Satchel Carrero right away, and then Brandon Aylward they were playing lanes at that point. So he was trying to back up a bit, and then it was too late because Alex Noel was already in the end zone with the ball. Great play, Alex Noel, sure-handed like we said before. And honestly, that's going to be something to look at earlier. I think later on in GM, I think that they're going to start focusing on other players, and Alex Noel is going to be wide open. He's a very sneaky player.
So 6-0, getting ready for that extra point now. Base formation, James Dandria looking left, looking right before getting the snap. We have a crossing route in. Oh, just like you drew it up, right? Like tapped up to Daniel Casavan. 7-0 Spartans. Now
it's no good.
Oh, it's no good.
Because the tip. So rule in FPF is if you tip the ball and it advances, you cannot get you can't gain the yards. So if he had caught it early, then he would have been out. So because he tipped it and it was in the end zone, it's not considered a touchdown.
So 6-0. The ball is back in the hands of Tenson Hammocks after a rough start to this game. If you're Tenson Hammocks, what would we be doing now?
So right now you stick to your offense. I think you stick to the drags, the over-unders. That play that Danny Aylward dropped earlier, I think it's going to be there. You should take advantage of the matchups you have on defense, and they have it on the left side.
Rolling out to his right again. Catch there by Satchel Carriero, just enough to cut the distance in half there. So this is going to be interesting whether Tenson Hammocks stick to that dink and dunk offense, or they test the Spartans, who tend to excel at deep ball coverage on the sideline passes or on the post. That's usually so there as well for Danny Aylward.
I don't expect Brandon to be throwing deep a lot. I don't think he has the arm that his brother does. I think he's more of a methodical quarterback,
which may play up to their advantage, right? There's that out and in by Alex Joltepuff around the short middle of the field. Enough for a first down, tackled by Alex Noel.
Enough for a first down. It was a beautiful play by Alex, and I think that that play was designed that way. Brandon Aylward, he's honestly, you can see that every play he gets calmer and calmer, and he's got. I've played with him before. He's got this confidence like this. He oozes confidence, and now as soon as if he gets comfortable enough, I don't think Spartans are going to be able to catch up to him.
Waiting for the snap and waiting for momentum here. Aylward rolls out, looks to so asking for a flag there. Not caught. It looked like he was coming close to that line of scrimmage though, and just got rid of the ball quickly before the sack, but. Beautiful sack by Charles David Martel. Yeah, it was a sack, second down right now. If Brandon had looked a little bit deep down the field, he would have seen his brother on a post open. Here, let's take a look on that replay. We were discussing that post as well, but from that angle, it doesn't look like we have it.
I think he was just telling Satchel to go up the field instead of just sit there.
Snap now, rolling out to his right, looking for So once again, another batted pass by Charles David Martel, who's coming up big in blocking that line of vision for Brandon Aylward. This time he managed to catch his own pass, which will be for a half-yard gain, which is better than nothing, though, right?
That's it. Can you catch your own pass? You get stats. You get the throw and the catch.
Yes, you get the reception and the completion.
That's too funny. But you don't count as a receiver for the quarterback rating and the cap rating. Thank you, Eagle. Thanks for not being useless today.
Ever the important around these road shows, right? For those little tidbits. Rolling to his left now, looking at Alex Joltepuff, who's caught the catch, trying to get that first down, tackled just short by, it looks like it's Daniel Hernandez. Yes, exactly. So it's going to be an interesting fourth down call now.
Daniel Hernandez is one of the most aggressive players in this division. He's always loud, he's always talking, he jumps routes very well, but he's also easy to kind of throw off his game a bit. And the more catches that happen in front of him like that, the more he's going to be thrown off his game. And I think that if they notice that, they should take advantage of it.
Important 4th and 6 here. Aylward gets the ball. He's looking. There's that post that you mentioned, which is just underthrown. Daniel Hernandez with the pass defended there. Key turnover for his team, getting the ball back in the hands of quarterback James Dendrea.
So Daniel Hernandez, great play. I think it was thrown a little bit behind Danny. Danny Aylward had the opportunity to get a touchdown. Brandon just threw right behind him. Nerves, like I said, they're going to go away. Brandon's playing a decent game so far. He's throwing it to the receivers that are open. His throws aren't as good as they have been throughout the season. Having
to adjust here now, the Tenson Hammocks defense really find themselves a little bit more behind. Waiting for the snap. Andrea moving to his left. Alex Noel on a short hook. Post in the middle of the field. Caught by Alexi Bissett for a touchdown there. Now that's a big momentum shift, and picking on someone like Danny Aylward, who just missed that fourth down catch for a touchdown. It's now a 12-point swing here.
So Danny Aylward has this this trend to play the receiver even when he's in zone. And at that point, he completely forgot about his guy's assignment. He jumped down because he thought the guy was going to be open. Alex had his coverage the entire time with Grant on the outside, and Danny should have been there. He wasn't. Easy catch for Alex Bissett to make.
So this is an interesting one now here. James Dendrea going for 2 on the extra point convert. Trips to his right, waiting for the snap now. Who do you like here?
I like Sam Bissett.
Looks like it's going to be a fade to the middle of the field.
Sorry, Alexi
Bissett. And then it looked like it was either him or James Colley as the intended target in the middle of the field there. 12-0 Spartans. Very, very interesting start to this game. not necessarily what we would have thought would have been the case.
And I like that James went for 2. He doesn't want to drop any points, right? Because at the end of the season, at the end of the game, extra points mean so much. We saw it in the Division 3 game. You know what I mean? So it's extra points are going to be key to this game. So I like that he went for 2. Make up the points that you lost on the first touchdown. And it's interesting to see what Brandon's going to do right now if he goes right to Alex right away.
Without a doubt. Rolling out again, Alex Joltepuff. It looks like that's going to be there, and it's going to be a point of contention for the Spartans all game. That sort of slant out back to the center there. Alexi Bissett with the tackle in the middle of the field, but that Alex Joltepuff is a name that we're going to keep saying throughout the entirety of this broadcast.
But 2-yard catches, you catch 4 2-yard catches, you're still turnover on downs. He's got to get a little deeper because he's open. So if he gets to that 3, 4, 5-yard range, I think it's going to be a lot better, and Brandon's going to get more comfortable because he's not going to be playing with 2nd and 8 and then 3rd and 6.
Yeah, amounting for 66 receptions in the regular season. Obviously a favorite of quarterback Brandon Elward, who's got the snap now. Throws it once again to Joltepuff. Just those little catches.
those little catches, they're gonna add up towards by the end of the game. But are they gonna count for first downs?
Very smart play calling though. Instead of having the slant out back in, he just hit him on the slant because he knew they'd be waiting for him in the middle of the field. It's enough to get there. It looks like it's about 3rd down and 5 yards or so to that first down. Craig O'Brien whistling it in. We're good to go. Ball is caught and looks like good pump fake, and he takes off. Oh wow. Huge play by Alexi Bissett. After Brandon Elward managed to shuck Charles David Martel, coming in for that support, getting that sack, not even allowing any rushing yards there. That's a huge play, and this is now a very, very big 4th down for Tenson Hammocks.
I love Alexi Bissett, the way he plays. He's such a good two-way player, and to him to have the wherewithal to know that I don't have anybody in front of me, I'm just going to run towards the quarterback and get that sack, it was huge play.
Great field awareness, coming up with a key play for his team here. And now here comes that 4th down for Brandon Elward. Rolls out. He's looking. On that corner route. Alex Joltepuff unable to make that catch. And I think that even if he was able to get hands on the ball, he would have been out of bounds there. So another turnover on downs for Tenson Hammocks. And I think that the pressure is really starting to mount. Testament as well to the patience of the Spartans defense, who have only been limiting it to the short catches along the middle and not letting them score anything deep.
Absolutely. I think they're taking away. The thing is about Tenson Hammocks is they always run within the 3 guys in the middle, the slot, the center, and the slot again. The outsides are pretty much useless, and I think that the Spartans defense has picked up on that.
So they've definitely got the right formations here. Andre waiting for the snap, looking right, looking left. Alex Noel once again. Great catch, trying to get some extra yardage after that, but great tackle by Satchel Carriero to make it 2nd down.
Brandon is playing off, but he's not covering anybody. He's covering grass. Where Brandon is a very good DB, and I think he would do himself a great service if he just jumped routes a lot quicker. That route shouldn't have been that easy for him to make. He wasn't covering anybody. So I'm looking at Brandon, and we need for him to shake it off in order for him to make a play on this one.
It looks like they're sticking to almost a cover 3 defense where he's just playing off and making sure there's no one behind him. Intended for Andrew Grant there on the slant. Not sure if it was a miscommunication between the quarterback and the receiver, or just underthrown by James D'Andrea there.
Andrew Grant heard a little bit of footsteps and he pulled up. I think he would have caught that if he continued going. Well, it's a not-tackle league, so I guess he was afraid of the contact a little bit. But James is playing a very safe game, and I like it. He has a very good ball. We were actually talking about it before, you, myself, and Pease. His footwork is good, and he throws a very good ball. So I like that he's not forcing it deep. He's just taking his opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you. In trips formation here, calling for that snap. Looks like a post to Alexi Bissett there. Oh no! Picked off by Brandon Elward, running it back down the sidelines.
Just call me Tony Romo.
Yep.
So Brandon jumps the route, picks it off for 6, gives his team a chance now. So now what this is going to do for Brandon is going to give him the confidence that he had back, that he didn't go 2 turnover on downs before. So he's going to be able to score now. Get the extra point, whatever it is. You're going to get the ball back, and then you score again. You make sure to stop him again. That was a great play by Brandon. So
12-6 here, and you have to wonder now, when he gets the ball back, how James D'Andrea is going to respond, whether he's going to try and go deep. As you mentioned, that he has that footwork and that arm strength, but sometimes lacks the patience to really take what the defense gives him and tries to force passes. We'll see if that'll be the case after this convert here, this one which may be so important now. Going for 1 are Tenson Hammocks currently, 12-6. Ball snapped. Delay underneath. back of the end zone, just intended for receiver Satchel Carriero, just overthrown, and it will be 12-6 with the Spartans on the ball.
So Spartans are going to get the ball now. It's going to be interesting to see what James does. Like we said, James has this thing where he likes to throw in the huddle, throw the ball in the huddle. It's like something that we say in FBF, where he makes his read, he knows who he's going to throw to. If he continues that way, then an opportunistic defense like Tents and Hammocks are going to kill him. But if he just keeps it simple, like he's been doing it so far today, he should be fine, and I think that's what we're going to be looking at.
So we'll see. Right now you have Andrew Grant, there it is, getting ready in motion. Fakes the handoff, throws to the middle of the field. Oh! And that's an interception.
Brother to brother, back-to-back brother interceptions. That was James D'Andrea not seeing what he wanted and forcing it to a guy where he thinks is going to be open. Good on him. For giving it to the open receiver. He was throwing it on the run, and that's not his forte.
Looks like Alex Joltipov got a hand on that ball, which allowed it to carry just enough for Danny Alward sitting there to pick it off.
I would take a shot right now if I were Brandon. Like, just overthrow it. Make Danny or Satchel catch up to the ball.
Yeah, and even just to sort of get the defense to back off a little bit as they seem to be closing a little bit on those short routes there, including that catch of Alex Joltipov in the middle of the field.
That was honestly... It's going to continue. They're going to jump down. They're going to try and get those routes, and then something's going to open down the field like we saw before, except it was knocked down by Danny Hernandez.
So here we go. Big play here coming up. Brandon Elward waiting for the snap. Looking to his right now. It may be something he sees that he likes. Let's take a look going into this play here. Rolls left instead, just unable to catch the ball. Satchel Carriero there, and it'll be a key third down here now for Tents and Hammocks.
So what do you do in this situation? I think you only have five yards. Alex is averaging about 2.7 yards a catch. Do you hit Danny on that deep out that you had before, or that hook on the outside is probably going to be open?
I like the hook on the outside with a post from Danny and then rolling one way. There's that post. There's that hook on the outside.
Oh!
So
that was a nasty catch. I got to see that again, Eagle.
So if you're Tony Romo, what does that make me for calling that as well?
That makes you Tony Romo.
So exactly the right play to call there, finding the gaps in the coverage, and a great reception as well from Danny Elward.
So Adam Gold-Davies, the rusher, okay, he's playing the left wideout. He could be open on hooks all game. And then if that's open, then you can send a corner. If it's not open, then you can send a corner because the guy's going to be biting down.
Waiting pre-snap formation. It's in that quads again. You've got that hook in the middle. Oh. So unable to make that catch was Danny Elward with tight coverage there by the defender Samuel Bissett.
So great play by Sam Bissett. Make sure that Danny's going to feel you on him, so he's not going to make the comfortable catch. Bounces off his chest, down, incomplete. But that's the right call for Tents and Hammocks. I think that get in front of the coverage, don't get behind it, and make sure that you're able to get your hands on the ball.
Sorry, my mistake. I think that might be Matt Campbell.
Oh yeah,
so
you're right.
With the snap there, Joltipov on the slant out. Great catch, getting tackled just short of the end zone by Alex Noel, and it's gonna be banging on the door of the end zone here with a timeout now that is being called.
Timeout already, I guess.
With 13 seconds left, I guess it's a way to conserve plays by the Spartans.
Yeah, the Spartans called that. Okay, yeah. That makes more sense. So right now, you have time to think about your play. Okay, this gives them a chance to get the ball back to the Spartans, but for Tents and Hammocks, you have a chance to think about your play. What play are you going to run?
As Tents and Hammocks?
Yes, Tents and Hammocks.
I think that they will go back into that quads formation, maybe not this play, but they've been looking at it, and it's something that is a staple to this offense, and it'll definitely make its emergence again very, very soon.
Absolutely.
Buying time. Oh, Charles David Martel with a key sack there. Brandon Elward trying to buy time away from the rusher. Instead, it's a sack that puts them back outside of the end zone.
So that's huge because now it's going to drop down to 5 plays. If they score, they should score right now. The Spartans get the ball at 4 plays. They're able to march. They have been able to march all game. They're going to score right before half, and then they start with the ball. So it's good to call the timeout. It's 4th down right now. This is huge for Tents and Hammocks. They need to kind of make one adjustment on their playbook. And I think they're just going right to the playbook. He needs to make one adjustment. He hasn't made it yet.
Regular formation there. The ball is snapped. Looks like Alex Joltipov in that corner. So it is Danny Elward with the touchdown now for time being. It seems that the Spartans don't quite agree with that call here. It'll be interesting to see whether or not they challenge that play or not. A challenge is still available to them at this point in the game.
I think they should challenge that play. I mean, So they are. So they are challenging
So
the
it
play,
looks
which
like
I think they should.
Yeah, it looks like it is indeed being challenged up here in the booth.
He catches the ball. It's in his hands right there.
But is he out before making that reception?
That's 1 foot. Where's the second foot? That's in. Yeah, because his left foot knocks the cone, which means that his left foot is in. His right foot,
Here we go. This is going to be a much better angle of it. With the snap here, he rolls out. There's that pass.
Okay, so control.
Yeah, control, absolutely.
Right foot is in. And the second foot kind of knocks down the cone. His second foot's going to knock down the cone, which means it's in.
Though, not.
And maybe unless it touched the line before.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
I don't know if we can conclude anything from this at this point.
I think the other angle is better.
It looks like a touchdown is being signaled. It is indeed a touchdown. 12-12. Key play there on that fourth down, and now the game is tied. Do you go for one or go for two?
You go for one. I mean, that's what your play is right here. I don't think they've tried anything deeper than 10 yards. If they have, it wasn't really successful, other than that crazy catch by Danny. So you go for one, and hopefully you get a 3-yard catch with 2 yards with a 2-yard run.
So now the pressure once again back on quarterback James D'Andrea, who
Absolutely.
will have the ball, though, in the second half as well. So that's going to be interesting, having 5 plays now and then the ball again in the second half. With the snap rolling out, throwing to the back to the corner. Looks like that's a catch. 1-point convert by Satchel Carriero to make it a 13-12 game for Tenson Hammocks, taking the lead in this game for the first time all game.
That was a great play. It's something that they didn't go to. I was telling you before. Change something small in your playbook. Go a little bit against the grain. He's able to make those throws. That's not something that we saw often. They do it now. Satchel is a very good player. I've always enjoyed playing against him. He's a very good player, and he has good hands too. So Brandon should be able to trust him, other than Alex and Danny, his brother.
Yeah, definitely 2 key members contributing to that offense, going for over 110 receptions in the regular season amongst the 2 of them. James D'Andrea now waiting for the snap, surveying the scene. 5 plays left in the first half. There's that deep ball coming, fly down the sidelines to Andrew Grant, is out of bounds.
Out of bounds. I mean, we expected him to kind of force it, but look where he's forcing. He's forcing it in between their 2 best defenders almost. I think that he's trusting Andrew Grant's speed, which I think all of us would. Andrew Grant is a very fast player, very smart player as well. So at the end of the day, he's trying to go to something that he trusts. He trusts his arm more than anything else.
Yeah, and very much so. You mentioned as well the athleticism and making his mind up in the huddle. So right there, knowing that Andrew has those wheels, but not necessarily seeing that he has the 2 key coverage defenders on Tenson Hammocks covering him and making that read pre-snap.
He needs to cut the field in half right now.
So second down, he gets the snap. He's looking again, this time on the sidelines to James Colley. Is that a catch on the sidelines? Yes, it is. Enough for a first down as well, signaled by referee Stephen Donald.
Great catch. Colley made it look so effortless. It was like just like another day at the office. Look, this is a hard catch to make. Over the shoulder, make sure you get your feet in.
Full extension, yeah.
Full extension, and he made it seem it was super easy.
Great catch there, absolutely.
Our camera guy, Ryan Aridi, coming here to make sure that we got the right angle. Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
I appreciate it.
Trips formation here. First down, 3 plays left. He's got the snap, looking at the post in the middle of the field, throws it up. Is Brandon there? And oh, wow! I think Brandon Elwood was sitting waiting for that interception, and James Colley, playing a little bit of defense on that while still being a receiver, manages to disrupt that enough that it's an incompletion rather than an interception.
Brandon pretty much had that play, if you can see right now. If it wasn't for James Colley, that's a pick.
Yeah, and it looks like by his body language, James Colley's a little bit upset with the fact that he didn't catch that, but I think he made an even more important play on that.
As a receiver, you start getting a little frustrated when your quarterback starts the game well and you see him slowly dwindling, and I think that's what's happening right now.
Looks like Colley and Alex Noel have switched now. Alex Noel playing in the inside slot again. Looking deep in the middle. Once again, that post. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Although that will be a penalty. Taunting or excessive celebration, unnecessary.
Did they call it? Yeah, they did.
They absolutely called it. But that was an incredible catch.
I got to see that again, Eeks.
Yeah, so it looks like he almost goes off his chest, and he brings it in as his back is hitting the end zone.
Jump ball. It kind of rolls down his arm, and then he just ends up on his belly. I love it. Great play by Alexis Bassett.
Great spike as well. Unfortunately, it's not allowed, but it still looked good. So
good play.
Here it is once again from a different angle.
It was such a nice play because
he secures it on his chest before landing on his back, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Great heads-up play. Way to hold on to that ball.
Very athletic player. Sure-handed, Alexis Bassett. Good two-way player as well. James D'Andrea, I'm going to say it to you, James, I love you, but you're getting a horseshoe today.
So brother Sam is on the sidelines giving him high fives right now. That will cost him five plays off though, and that's one thing though, is that with a second OC, he will be out of the game. So Absolutely. That's something to keep in mind.
So he's got to keep it okay. But right now you're losing a two-way player, a very good two-way player, in a game where it's super tight. So I think it's a big loss for the Spartans right now.
And with one play left, instead of being on their own 10, Tents and Hammocks will now be at the middle of the field with one play remaining.
Danny Casavan with the catch, short, Alex Schultz with tackle. That was a very exciting first half, I will say.
Absolutely.
It wasn't something that I anticipated.
So 18-13, it's been a tight back and forth here with the Spartans and the Tents and Hammocks, with the Spartans currently leading. We mentioned before the wildly different path that these two teams have gotten here. We know about the Tents and Hammocks sort of 2.5 Dans farm team, the system that works so well with the different interchangeable pieces. But on the Spartan side, this is a team, it's their first time in the FPF finals. James D'Andrea, who after the passing of his brother Nick, the two of them were supposed to play together. This is sort of like the dedication to him. Yeah. It's brought the family closer together. We see everyone in the stands right now very excited for the Spartans team. Just a different sort of dynamic, and it's that underdog story that you pull for in the finals.
Absolutely.
Right?
I mean, everybody knows the Spartans. They do their cheer at the beginning. You know, we all respect the Spartans. They're very good players. But Tents and Hammocks on the other side, where they're like the prototypical flag football team, you know what I mean? Where, they're not rugged, they're not flashy, they just come, they do work, and they play well. So, I mean, it's been a crazy first half so far, 18-13 for the Spartans. And honestly, like I said, James D'Andrea right now, he's got a horseshoe a bit, because they should be down with the 2 picks he threw in this game. They should be down by a lot more, I think.
So his defense coming up big for him here. Mm-hmm. That being said, the Tents and Hammocks team, who do you see having an impact in the second half here?
The second half, it has to be Danny Award. It has to be him. He has to be more responsible on defense. That touchdown, that deep touchdown to Alex Bassett, he should have been there. He shouldn't have dropped that ball. He made a crazy catch before. He caught the touchdown, the crazy touchdown. He needs to continue doing those things, because this team rallies around him. Brandon is only as good as his brother's going to let him be. And at the end of the day, if he's not performing, and if he's not confident in himself and in a comfortable lead, then he's going to get thrown off completely. And I love Danny, very good player, but he gets thrown off very easily if the things aren't going his way. So he needs to be a little bit better on defense.
And Brandon, that pick six there that he was able to get for his team. If he's not able to throw touchdowns, he can at least contribute on the defense to help his case as a quarterback, right?
Absolutely, Brandon. Like I said, a very good defender. We love him as a defender. We like him as a quarterback. But right now he's got to, just calm it down a little bit. Keep on those little plays are working. It's pulling the defense close to him, and then he's able to go up top.
So James D'Andrea discussing on the sidelines with his team. They're going over the playbook, the armband playbook. Do you see any changes here? Who do you think will become up big on the Spartan side?
You know what? I think if James looks at his outlets to me are Alex Bassett and Danny Casavan. Danny Casavan has to be his outlet guy. Has to be the guy that he looks at if nothing else is open, because chances are he's going to be open. As a snapper, you know what? It's weird to say, but snappers are usually open. They're just forgotten about most of the time. So he's got to make sure that he's there. He's got to make sure he's able to just keep it simple, dump it to him, and then maybe try a deep shot to Colley, try a deep shot to Martel, try a deep shot to anybody.
So on defense, I also see Alex Noel. He's going to have one of those trademark interceptions with a smile on his face as he's running it back, right? So let's look for that as well. You see Colley and Alex Noel on that left side of James, alternating between playing the slot and wideout position.
I like that they rotated, because it changes it a bit,
So in their own end zone, because of that penalty on the last touchdown there, James Colley with a great catch to get them out there as well now. So it's going to be second down. Looks like 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2, but they are now out of their own end zone.
Out of their own end zone and safe. He hasn't felt a lot of pressure, I would say, James today. He's doing a good job of rushing him, Gold Davies is, but there hasn't been a lot of pressure on him. The only pressure is him trying to force balls. So getting out of the end zone is helpful, because if he gets an intentional grounding in the end zone, it's a safety.
Yeah, James Colley's been great for his team all playoffs. Three touchdowns in 3 games for this Spartans team. He's come up big on a team that we normally talk a lot about the defense and what carries them. James Colley, his height, his speed on this team has been paramount for James D'Andrea, waiting for the snap here. Second down, looks to his outside. It looks like it's Matt Campbell trying to get that first down and extra yardage with a great tackle by Alex Joltepuff.
Matt Campbell filling in for the
off for a few plays.
The off for a few plays. Alex Eva said, filling in well. Just an easy hook, and that's what I've been saying it all game. James has got to keep it simple. Just dump those hooks. We all know this. We all know the saying by Carmen Palice: hooks and slants, hooks and slants. It's going to be there.
Look, if it works in Division 1, there's a reason for it, and there's
Absolutely.
something that you can bring down. This time with the wrap, Andrew Grant looking to get some yardage on a run. Looks like it's about 4 or 5 yards before he went out of bounds on the sidelines there, which will make it second down.
Second down in a little bit. That was a nice run by Andrew. I think he has this extra burst as soon as he's about to break a tackle. He has this extra burst that gets him away from the defender. He's a very talented player.
You putting it, kicking it into the gear just to get that extra little bit of separation that counts.
Maybe see a deep post here.
Yeah, second down, waiting for the snap. Casavan in the middle, all alone. Contested pass by the Tents and Hammocks defense, but Matt was able to make that catch there. Matthew Campbell to make it first down.
Campbell's filling in well for Alexis Bissett. Maybe Bissett should stick on the sideline a bit the rest of the game on offense.
So you're telling me the person who just made the great catch to go up before the half ended, that they should sit him for the rest of the game?
So don't listen to me. I'm very inconsistent. So if you want to be a consistent player, don't listen to me.
With that, it's first down. James D'Andrea waiting for the snap, looking left, gets the snap. Corner. It looks like corner post to James Colley, just a little bit thrown over his head. Well trailed by brothers Brandon and Danny Alward for it to be second down.
There was an Aylward sandwich there. It was I don't know why he threw that ball. There was nothing that he should see there that would make it an easy throw to make. Well, other than the height.
Yeah, so there's something to be said about the height of James Colley, but you still want to make smart football plays, and throwing it between two of the key Tents and Hammocks defenders might not be one of them.
Exactly.
So on the trips formation there now, Andrew Grant, James Colley, and Matt Campbell on one side, Alexis Noel in the ISO running to the sidelines there. There's that catch, trying to get some extra yardage there with the smile on his face as he backs up, man. Looking to moonwalk into the end zone, and it will be second down.
That smile, it doesn't make sense. Every time he has the ball,
it's a first down. Great catch then.
So James has been doing what we said, other than the post that he threw. He's been doing what we said to just kind of keep it simple. Hooks are going to be open. And he just has to make sure that he doesn't throw a pick six to Brandon. He was in the exact same position last time when Brandon caught it.
And it was right after the play where he ran for when they're in the red zone. Same sort of situation here. We'll see what he looks at this time around. Trips again. Daniel Casavan at the center, not able to catch the ball there. He had that brief window of being open, but unable to make that catch.
That's there because what you have on this side, you have Satchel. They're all starting in the end zone. So if you look at Satchel, he was lined up in the end zone. There's no reason for you to line up in the end zone when you're trying to prevent them from getting into the end zone. Anything coming under you is going to be in. If Danny catches that, the only player that can make a play is Brandon.
So it looks like base formation here. I like Andrew Grant in a slant on the inside. So let's look to see if that develops. Looks almost like a post in the back. Oh, Daniel Casavan with the catch. Brandon Alward trying to get there, but the big body of Casavan was able to shield the ball from him and make that reception.
Good defensive play by Brandon. Danny Casavan just makes a really nice catch. Make sure that he holds it because Brandon was in there to knock it down. Good play, but those things are going to be working if they're going to get 3 yards each time, especially in a goal situation like this. Take it.
So 18-13 with 17 minutes left in the second half. Third down here for the Spartans, who are looking to go up by 1.5 to 2 scores.
Oh, I like that little
pre-snap discussion between.
He has a smile on his face.
Yes, he does. James Colley in the back, arms up, asking for the ball.
Sack.
So I'd like to see on that replay there, you see James Colley with his arms trying to get the attention of quarterback James D'Andrea, instead, who had to get rid of it before he did end up getting sacked.
Look at this replay. James never takes his eyes off Alex Noel. Never takes his eyes off Alex Noel the entire way. And continue going. Go. Continue going. Let it run. Never takes his eyes, and he tries to throw it there in coverage. There's three.
And there's even Matt Campbell as well. So you have Casavan, Campbell, and Colley on James's left that were a little bit overlooked there on that play. Oh, it looks like a fade there. Matt Campbell able to It's juggled. Matt Campbell able to come down with that catch as well. So now you're in a conundrum, right? Do you have the guy who caught the touchdown just now or the one before?
Alexis Bissett, take a seat.
Showing the versatility of the Spartans. Matthew Campbell there with a great touchdown to have his team go up 24-13, 16 minutes left in the game.
Alexis Bissett just screamed to Matt Campbell, "It's my touchdown!" Like a little Cool J on any given Sunday. But honestly, great on them. I think that's a good play to make. It's a good throw to make. I wouldn't test Alex, but he did, and it ended up working out. Crazy play. Good for Matt Campbell good awareness to make sure he catches the ball.
So clock is running now, 24-13, going for 2 here once again are the Spartans. James with some last-minute words calling for trips here. Andrew Grant on his left alongside James Colley and Alexis Noel. Low snap, rolls to his right, looking cross-body, the corner to Cassavant, just a little bit overthrown.
And he ran out of the end zone, so if he had caught it, it wouldn't have counted. Right now, James has a comfortable 11-point lead, and he's got to make sure that he doesn't mess it up. Where Tents and Hammocks, they have to be flawless. They have to march. They got to stop with these 2-yard hooks. Everything has to be more than 5-6 yards.
So this is where the defense of the Spartans will come into play with the ball snapped right now. That same hook to the middle for Alex Joltepup. Great tackle by Alexis Bissett, yep.
6-yard gain by Alex. It's what you want to do. He's catching it at 2 yards though.
Yeah, 2-yard pass for a 6-yard gain.
2-yard pass for a 6-yard gain. So it's what you want to gain, but it's not the route that you need. He needs to do deeper hooks. These 2-3-yard hooks is not going to be able to march down and score all the time.
So with that, we're going into the second down here. Brendan Elward looking left, calling for the snap. Once again, Joltepup. That was a tight window there, almost picked off by Alexis Bissett. Caught by Alex Joltepup with a tackle by Dan Cassavant to make it a first down.
His hands are so good. I remember it was at the All-Star game like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and we're just fooling around, and I'm throwing the ball, and he's just like one-handing it, bam, 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 corner of the end zone, bam, bam. And it was the first time I ever met him, and I was freaking out.
Great play there, and delivering great snaps to buy his quarterback some time as well there. Such carryover with the catch on the sidelines, tackled by Andrew Grant to make it second down. So
Brandon did a little stutter step, broke Charles David Martel. Martel almost had the sack too. It would have been the second time he gets it, reaching out while he's on the ground with those long arms. But good on Brandon to avoid the tackle, get it short to Satchel Carriero. Beautiful play.
Big second down here. Base formation here. We haven't seen a lot of that the quads that had worked for them earlier on in the game since.
They run it in short zones mostly.
Oh, great way to shuck the defender by Alex Joltepup, who walks into the end zone. Flag comes off. It is a confirmed touchdown. And with that, it is 24-19 Spartans.
I like that. That's a nice play. You force everybody right, and then you come back and you throw it to your sure-handed snapper. He for sure has like 12 catches today.
It takes a quarterback who has a lot of faith to throw that though. If he's rolling one way with the rest of his team and throwing that cross to Joltepup,
that's exactly
you need someone you need to have faith in.
Absolutely.
1-point convert now, 24-19, back of the end zone, just over the head of Satchel Carriero. That route that worked for them before, going back to that, very smart, but just a little bit overthrown here. And now, once again, the Spartans with the ball.
Seems that's their extra point play, you know what I mean? So he goes to the corners, and he likes to throw it there to Satchel, which I would also. It's a good play to make. And right now, honestly, it's anybody's game. There's nobody that's really taking control of this game yet. And that's the part that scares me, is who's going to make the first mistake from now on. And that's the part that scares me. Well, I'm actually excited to see who's going to make it. I'm nervous.
We have Alexis Bissett back on the offense there. In that slot. Ball's up. Oh, contested once again to James Colley, double covered by both Brandon and Daniel.
See, that's a good play to make. I mean, but it's a terrible throw to make. You know what I mean? So James, he's got to be more secure with that ball. He had a wide open Alex Noel on the other side. If you see red shorts in the middle of the field, you know your outside guy's going to be wide open. And James D'Andrea has to pick that up.
So that's something that we should definitely see a matchup. Like James D'Andrea right now should be trying to call plays to attack matchups rather than like leaning on his guys to make athletic plays.
Absolutely.
Like right now you have 3 guys open in a 2-man zone on that trips. Just a short hook right there to Alexis Bissett would have been necessary, but Andrew Grant with a wide open would-be touchdown that went off his chest, dropped. I was going to say you have that open in the middle of the field, why not take it? But instead he threw what would have been a touchdown off the chest of his receiver.
He can't kick his own ball, too. There should have been a penalty, but whatever. I don't really care. So, I mean, people have been called for kicking their own balls. But at the end of the day, he should have had that. Alex Joltapuf was lost in coverage. He didn't know who was catching the ball, where it was coming from. And Andrew Grant had him beat, and that could have been a dagger, man. That could have been the one that gets them up.
Hammocks, get out of that one. Get out of jail free card right there.
Absolutely.
James Dendre waiting for the snap, looking left. Wanting to go back to Grant and try and build that confidence up again. I don't know if it was just a little bit overthrown or bad body position, but that's another incompletion. And it looks like it's going to be fourth down. Will the Spartans punt it? Dendre looking to the sidelines, trying to get confirmation from his teammates.
If you punt it, it goes where?
To
the 10? It's a big stop right there.
Yeah, it looks like they did get yardage, so they weren't on their own 10, which means it will get punted to the other side of the field.
That's honestly, I think that's the right call for James, because if you has a lot of incompletions today, and if you get an incompletion again or a sack, it's going to be even worse for you.
So this is at least setting his defense up for success here. Spartans still up by 5 right now, 24-19, 10 minutes left in the game here as we wait for the snap. Rolling right once again. Post to brother Danny. Good 10, 12-yard game. Tackled by Matt Campbell right there.
That was the nicest throw he's thrown all game. That was the nicest throw he's made. Danny made a really nice play. He did that post, and he kind of sat, and then he threw it to the outside while Danny Hernandez, the defender, was coming to the inside. Beautiful throw by Brandon Aylward. I love that he's going to – hopefully he continues to do
Once again, that's a momentum play, right?
Absolutely.
Like after his defense came up big for him, starting to get that confidence once again. We see Aylward rolling out a little bit, running to his left. It looks like he's going to take off 5, 10 yards. Great tackle by Daniel Hernandez there, saving that first down. And it looks like it will be
just short.
Second and short.
Just short. That's a nice play, honestly. You get a 9-yard gain on a run. Coverage is wide open. It's going to make the rusher think a little bit more. It's going to make those halves on that side think a little bit more. Is he going to be coming to my side? I like the way he's changing his offense. He's really coming to the zone this game, and it's working so far. They're almost in the red zone, and it looks like they're going to be able to punch it in to take the lead by 1.
Showing his athleticism and versatility, being able to take off like that after having just sat in the pocket for most of the game. Snap now. Looks like Alex Joltapuf. Oh! We have a flag on the play. It looks like it might be roughing the passer.
I think that it is roughing the passer too, because according to Charles David Martel's body language, I think it is going to be roughing the passer. It's not an illegal throw because it was over his shoulder and there was a receiver there, so it wouldn't be intentional grounding either.
And they weren't even in the red zone.
Absolutely, exactly.
So all that to say, it will be first down from the 1.
Huge. See, these are the types of plays that I was talking about. You need something to swing the momentum. You get that big play by Danny. You get the turnover on downs. Tenson Hammocks have the momentum right now.
I feel like we're going to see that quads play. Here it is. Quads to the right this time.
Which means somebody's going to come under on the opposite side.
Yeah, look for Adam Gold-Daves in the middle right here. Ooh. So batted down by Alexi Bassett, and it looks like there is a flag on the play.
Very late flag, and I mean, I don't see... He's kind of just trying to make a play, but I do see why. I mean, in the rule book, it should be a penalty.
I'd like to see that once again.
Absolutely.
Also, Adam Gold-Daves on that little hook on the inside in the middle of the field looked to be open for a moment. Great contested breakup by Alexi Bassett.
Yeah, that's a penalty. He didn't try and make any attempt at the ball. He kind of just pulled him down. That's a penalty, and that's first down, half distance to the goal. So look how close they are. Those 2-yard catches are going to work.
That's once again first and down from the 1. 24-19 with 7 minutes left in the game. Looking for that slant out. Oh, wow!
Talk about a momentum swing.
There's that smile, too. So it looked like he had that touchdown. Alex Joltapuf he did not establish control. He did not have a football move. He didn't stop rotation of the ball. And Alex Noel just said, thank you very much for that. I will take it right back.
I want to see that again, Eagle. Because as you can see, GM, like you were saying, so he throws the ball to Alex, never really controls it. It looks it's on his hip. Yeah, he never really had control. Hits Alex Noel. The smiling Alex Noel in the leg, and interception.
Who is going to make a play in the second half?
GM is the new Tony Romo. I stepped down as the Tony Romo of FPI.
Until the next play.
Snap
to James Dendre. Throws outside to Andrew Grant, looking to try and get extra yardage. Quick tackle by Alex Joltapuf. The Tenson Hammocks are still motivated. They're still going to try and get this turnover while the ball is in the end zone of the Spartans.
Absolutely. They got to change something up on defense. They're running the same defense all game. Danny's sitting 15 yards behind the play. Why? Why are you sitting 15 yards behind the play? You have the ability to cover everybody on the field. And look how deep he's calling. Look how deep he is.
Second down, 24-19 with 6.5 minutes left. Looking to the middle of the field right now. Alexei Bassett with a nice catch on an in-route tackle by Satchel Carriero. It'll be third down and about 3 or 4 yards.
Third down about 3 or 4 yards. That's going to be huge right now because James, he's at third down, he loves to spread it. If you've seen every third down play that he's made, he likes to throw a little bit deeper. So it's going to be interesting to see if he just sticks to the regular hooks, which I think he did. It was a quick huddle, and you got to know
it's third and short, but I feel like this is one of those times where James wants to take a kill shot,
Exactly.
maybe to Andrew Grant on the wrap, which here it comes. Hand it off to Andrew Grant, who's going to take off to try and get that first down. Quick tackle by Satchel Carriero, but was it quick enough? No, it is a first down.
First down. Beautiful play by Andrew. I mean, but they got to see it coming. They got to communicate to each other. If Alex and I always forget his name, Massimo.
Yes, Massimo.
Yeah, if Alex and Massimo see Andrew Grant coming, they got to call run, something, so Satchel and Brandon could jump down.
Not only is he in motion laterally pre-snap, but he's also a little bit closer to the slot than where he usually lines up in that wide-out position.
That's it.
So you can almost tell when he's going to be running that wrap. First down now, slant in, James Colley looking cross-body, Brandon Elward, ill-advised throw. It looks like he's going to be tackled once again at the 1, but I don't know what that pass was, and James D'Andrea just a little slow to get up there, helped up camaraderie between both teams, but that was just not a throw I would have advised.
I don't think anybody would have advised that throw. You never throw across your body like that, especially on a short route. If you're going to be throwing across your body, you make sure you throw it completely deep so only your receiver is able to get it. Brandon Aylward, again, like I said, he's very good at jumping routes. He should be capitalizing on it. He's done twice so far, once for a touchdown and once down to the 1 yard line. Let's see if they're able to punch it in and take the lead. They have the opportunity right now.
Look for this to motivate him as well after making that big play. But yes, the touchdown-saving tackle by D'Andrea this time, so it will be first down from the 1 or 2 yard line with 4 minutes left, 24-19. Spartans still up, but the momentum may be swinging.
Absolutely, I think so. Do you think another interception here? Yeah. Eagle, our genius at the board, says it is
indeed
a matter
a
of
clock
time.
game. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Eagle, for pointing out the obvious.
We did. So we're trying to buy time. Massimo Canucci with his hands up in the end zone trying to get his attention, but it was a little too late. Ball was batted down, and it'll be second down with 4 minutes left in this game.
Man, take your time, man. You know what? You have 4 chances to take shots to the end zone because you only have 3 yards to work with, 2 to 3 yards to work with. Take every chance you need. Just don't throw an interception again. That's the only thing. But that wasn't on Brandon, I will say that.
So this has been a very interesting game defensively for both teams. It's gone not quite as expected, but both teams showing their versatility and their resiliency here, able to come back from the deficits at different points in the game. Snap now, Elward looking for his brother on a smash out, touchdown.
Very good route. He bit in, like you said, the smash out. He bit in. Matt Campbell, jockstrap, followed him right to the middle of the field, and Danny Elward by himself in the end zone for the touchdown.
So now it is 25-24 for Tenson Hammocks, who have once again taken control of this game. Key 1-point convert here. I think that if the first read isn't there, he needs to just take a sack or get rid of the ball.
Why even do it? What if they pick it off and tie it?
So 3 minutes remaining now. The pressure will be on the Spartans after this trips formation.
Overthinking.
Throwing just underthrown, not to be beat twice. Matt Campbell with a great play there to make sure that they don't go up by 2.
Matt Campbell found the jockstrap and made a play. Who's hurt?
Looks like Matt Campbell might be a little hurt right now, is what
shoulder,
our producer Eagle is telling us right now. Grabbing at that left arm, that'll be something to keep an eye on as the game finalizes.
He's a guy who uses his body.
A little bit under 2 minutes left in this second half right now. 25-24, Tenson Hammocks. Spartans with the ball right now. James D'Andrea looking for the snap. Trips formation. Andrew Grant all alone on the right, trying to shook and jive. Great tackle by Massimo Canucci there. Otherwise, that would have been a whole lot of yards gained.
That was a great tackle. I love the fact that he's diving. You see his hair flopping everywhere. The guy's got better hair than me. Not.
Ever humble, Terry.
Ever humble, Terry. Ever humble.
So with
There's
that,
one thing I'm not humble about, it's my hair.
With that, it's second down, 2nd and 8. It looks like Adam Gold Dave's applying a good amount of pressure, limiting James D'Andrea here. Let's see if he can get a sack off. Quick out to Dan Hernandez. Andrew Grant once again. There's that yards after completion that we talked about. So if you're not there right at that second for that quick tackle, that's what it'll get you. Great moves by Andrew Grant, who was good for 9 touchdowns in the regular season.
and you can see why. He's able to just catch the ball. If you see his yards per catch as well, he's able to catch the ball and just take off very fast. He got away from 3 very good defenders right there. Luckily, Danny Aylward's playing 15 yards back like I told him not to play, and he was able to catch up to him. If he wasn't there, it would have been a touchdown.
So just over a minute left to go here. Spartans firmly in control. Do they let the clock run down?
I don't think so. Just take your chances.
Throwing once again. He sees something he likes. There's a catch. Not much after that, though. It's going to be second down and about 8 yards.
First time I see somebody run out of bounds and flag. Well, not the first time. It's very rare. But it's going to be wide open on the outsides because they're playing so far off, especially on this left side, because Alex knows that he's going deep and Massimo's not going deep. So he's playing so far off on that hook. That hook's going to be open most of the time. And if it's not, Andrew Grant could, or maybe you send a corner to that side with Alexis Bissett.
Second down, under 30, about 30 seconds to go left. 2-5 plays in this game. Throws a fade. Bad. Ugh.
What did I just say, though? Am I in the huddle? I mean, I don't even know. Just make a better throw.
He saw something he liked, and now the Spartans are taking that timeout in what would have been the backbreaker for the team.
Yeah.
Seeing something he liked a little bit too much and airing it out.
He put way too much air on that. Enough for Alex, a sure-handed Alex Jolteproof to catch up to the ball. But that's the play. I called it. That's the play because everybody's staying short. If he's able to go deep right there, or at least sit in between the coverages, like at that blue line where the soccer crease ends, it would have been a touchdown, I think.
So about 6 or 7 plays left here, depending on how quick this goes. Essentially, after the whistle is blown and there's 5 plays remaining, a first down will end this game. Up until that point, it'll still be close. Spartans looking to bail out their quarterback and sway the tide of this game here. I think at this point you really need to keep eyes on both Danny Aylward and Alex Jolteproof. They've eaten all game and all season for that matter, amounting for over 100 receptions together in the regular season. So these are the two guys who are his comfort zone, especially now trying to protect that lead. Quick slant out, trying to run. Oh, Charles David Martel with the miss, and it looks like limiting those yards afterwards on the run is Daniel Hernandez, but it will still be second down, and that clock is rolling.
That is a very good tackle by Daniel Hernandez, and I think they exchanged flags there. If you look at it, it's not the same flags. What I like there is that they go man. What they go man is you're forcing him to run. He can't run twice.
Very, very strong game we're seeing as an output here on both sides. It's a tightly contested game here. So rolling to his left right now, trying to buy time. Once again, Charles David Martel just shy, unable to get that sack, and it will be a first down with 5 plays remaining.
I would make a switch at rush right now. Not that Martel isn't playing well. I think that Andrew Grant at rush would probably make Brandon Aylward a lot more nervous.
It would definitely fluster him.
Exactly.
It would limit his time as well, and that's when mistakes happen.
That's exactly it. And as long as he just doesn't run through him, he runs to him really fast, stops in front of him, contains him. I think that's the best idea.
Actually, what it looks like right here is it's going to be man with Andrew Grant playing man on Alex Jolteproof, trying to limit those short dives. Brandon Aylward with that run there on the first down, 4 plays remaining.
If he's going to run, throw, we're going to win this game. Because the man coverage is working. It's taking away his reads, which I love. But for the defense, they got to know that he's able to run every second play.
So a first down now will effectively kill this game.
Absolutely.
So I think that right now discussing Danny Aylward might be the go-to person for his brother to throw the ball to end this game here.
Dagger. Put a dagger on.
And you called it, Terry. Here it is. Andrew Grant at rush coming in, trying to limit that run.
Well, gave it to him. Killing the plays.
Yep.
How many plays are left? 4 plays left right now.
Third down, 4 plays.
Third down, 4 plays. That's huge right now. If they don't get the first down, that means James gets the ball back with 2 plays left. Can I do math? No.
3 plays.
3 plays left. No, it's third down now.
Yeah, third
down.
So
third, fourth, and then they get the ball 2 plays. So I could do math. Yay. Maybe I can't do math.
Looks like it's that same
right now. There's 3
plays
left.
Man coverage with Andrew Grant rushing. Trying to get that ball. Oh,
nice
great
play.
hand on there by Charles David Martel, who was able to make sure that Alex Jolteproof did not get that first down. So it's gonna come down to this.
That was a great play by Charles. If he wasn't so tall and long, he wouldn't have got to that. But that was a nice play. Very nice play. I love that. I love that change that they made. Obviously, I called it, but I love the change that they made because they're both extremely good rushers.
So Tenson Hammocks have indeed punted.
Yeah, you take a play away. They have 1 play left now.
So with that punt,
it's a good call.
Spartans are on their 1 yard line with 2 plays left.
Yeah, it's a good call. I like it. Yeah, because they haven't been able to go deep.
So with that, you see the tents and hammocks guys, at least 4 of them, are waiting in the end zone because it'll be a touchdown or nothing here. Do you have Andrew Grant as a halfback to see if he can either run it up or...
You need Andrew to get downfield as fast as possible and maybe get a tip in the end zone.
Looks like almost a diamond coverage
yeah,
here.
It's weird. Oh, yeah.
So James D'Andrea throwing on the sidelines, trying to find a receiver. Ball is well short. Picked off once again by Alex Joltepuff to end the game.
What's the call here?
Oh, roughing the passer. Oh, no. So Adam Gold-Daves has just bought the Spartans another try at the championship here.
Danny is not happy.
I can imagine, right? Like
I want to see that again, Nico. I don't know. I couldn't tell from here.
So it is a deep pass here, but
Danny is super pissed. I love it.
So it looks like we're going to have another attempt at this. Whether it's that same formation. No, looks like it's going back into regular here. I like James Colley on the sidelines, especially with the defenders starting to stack left right now.
We just saw the replay, and yes, indeed, it was.
There's the floater in the middle. Batted almost. Oh, Andrew Grant had the opportunity there on the tap.
Man.
Unable to make the catch, and unfortunately, that will be the game.
Oh, you were right there, Andrew, man. Nice play. Good play. That was a great game.
Yeah, and look at this. Between the two teams, the competitors,
absolutely,
a tremendous amount of respect. Great game here. Both teams weren't the prototypical teams that we thought we'd be seeing here in the finals. Both finishing as the 3 seeds. Gave us one of the best games of the night so far. 25-24. Tents and Hammocks are your Division 5A champions.
Tents and Hammocks, they're used to playing on at Brossard. I mean, they're here every year, it feels, you know what I mean? If it's not Danny playing quarterback, it's Brandon playing quarterback. I love the fact. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to the Spartans for getting here. You were honestly an inch away from winning that game. If Andrew Grant was maybe 3 inches taller, he probably would have had it. Unfortunately, genetics weren't in his favor today. But I love that the Tents and Hammocks won today. Brandon Aylward, what a game by Brandon.
And with that, we go on field to Brent Bodkin and Rob Campana for the presentation of the trophy.
2019 championship to the captain, Brandon Aylward. Congratulations. And, one last piece of hardware, maybe you can hand that trophy off to someone else. I'll give out these t-shirts and then we can take a team photo. Brent, maybe you can ask Brandon a few questions in the meantime there.
Yo, give me a large.
Come over here.
What's going on, Brent?
So Brandon would like a large while we wait.
Yes. Yet another championship for you and your bro and your teammates here.
The hardest one.
The hardest one?
Yeah.
Well, why do you think it's the hardest one?
Well, you know, we went down so early and they weren't playing what usually beats us, and we were still feeling. So in the back of my head, you know, I really thought that this one was going to slip away from us. And then, you know, we just pulled through on defense, which our defense sucks. So I don't know how that happened, but, you know, I'm happy. I'm happy the defense came through.
And speaking of your defense, obviously that big pick on the second to last offensive drive by the Spartans. What was going through your head when you saw that pick?
What, the pick that they got?
Yeah, the pick that you guys actually got in the end zone. Like, what was going through your head?
What went through my head was I can't believe my snapper didn't catch it. He had it in his hands and it just like went right through. And that's not a play that usually happens to Alex. So I don't know what happened there, but I was thinking we still had a chance because we were doing good on D. So I looked at the clock. There were 7 minutes left. Looked at my brother. My brother said plenty of time, and I trusted him, and we came through.
And now you mentioned your defense sucks. I mean, that's what you just said. Yeah. Those are your words, not mine. But that big stop you guys got on the Spartans or on the second to last drive of the game, could you just talk about that?
The pick? Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was the deep ball or just like the one that got us the winning drive?
The one that got you the winning drive.
I can't believe he threw it, really, because he came through and I was right behind him, but he didn't look. And when he threw it, I thought no matter what I had a chance, but he ended up throwing it way off, and I knew I was going to take it. I thought I was going to take it to the hole, take it home, but you know, he knocked me out of bounds, and you know, we ended up scoring on offense. Feels really good.
All right, and you mentioned obviously you guys had that big comeback, especially in the second half. You guys played a lot better. Could you just talk about the resiliency that you and your team showed?
Yeah, well, usually, you know, this is the first year playing quarterback. You know, I'm sure my teammates thought, you know, we're not going to bounce back. But, you know, I just remembered that I got the playbook and I got my brother and Alex and my best friends with me. And, you know, we're just going to play to the end. And we did and we won. So it feels nice.
All right, finally, you said this is the hardest championship you won and it's your first time going quarterback. What does this win mean for you?
Well, it makes me really happy because now I get to kind of like talk trash to Joey. Because, you know, he hasn't won one, so I'm pretty happy to do that. And I'm pretty happy to have one of these because my brother always tells me that he has one of these and I don't. So, you know, I'm pretty happy about it.
All right, so that's your MVP, Brandon Aylward of Tents and Hammocks, winning the Division 5A championship over the Spartans. Congrats.
Thanks a lot, Brent.
Thank you so much, Brent. So back here in the booth, Terry, thank you for joining me on this Division 5A championship. We saw the game swing back and forth many times, but 25-24 Tents and Hammocks, they seal it. They are your Division 5A champions.
Congratulations to them. Great team. I love these guys. We've seen them in this league for so long. I'm happy for Brandon. He's such a good kid. For him to win one, like he mentioned, as a quarterback, is extremely special, especially in MVP. To throw in his brother's face is amazing. And I love the fact that he was fully aware of where he was at what point of the game they were. When he just mentioned, he's like, we had 7 minutes left and we knew we were able to win. Our defense was playing good. So I love the fact that he has maturity at quarterback. Honestly, the sky's the limit for this kid.
Great
very
awareness, very well deserved. And with that, we'd like to wrap it up. Thank you very much, Eagle, anyone watching at home. Thank you, Spartans. Thank you, Tents and Hammocks. We will see you next season.
Spring.